That evening, I received a letter from my hometown. The letter said my father had passed away, and there was a small courtyard in the village for me to inherit. So, I brought my wife and daughter and headed back. Halfway there, I ran into a childhood friend of mine. I invited him into the car. Just like that, I kept driving down this narrow road. Because of the poor visibility at night, I didn't notice the figure standing in the middle of the road. One side of the car ended up hanging from a tree. My friend panicked, opened the car door, and fell out. As for those of us still in the car, we only had minor injuries. I had my wife and daughter climb out through the window on the other side, but when I tried to climb out, I discovered a werewolf trying to crawl in from below. I quickly slammed the car door shut. He smashed through the car window and slashed my arm. After that, my friend below was also killed and dragged away. Once I snapped out of it, I climbed up through the car window. Then I followed the route from my memory and found the house. At that moment, I heard the roar of a werewolf behind us. We immediately ran toward the house. Fortunately, we got inside just 1 second before being caught. I braced myself against the door to block his ramming. After a while, the werewolf gradually stopped attacking. I started up the diesel generator, bringing light back to the entire house. I also found some wind-dried meat in one of the rooms that my father had left from hunting. I pulled out a piece of the dried meat and started chewing. My tooth actually got knocked out. I thought I must have hit it during the car accident, but at that moment, my wife noticed the wound on my arm. I rolled up my sleeve, and a scratch mark appeared before my eyes. I figured it was just cut by the glass, so I bandaged it with gauze and didn't think much of it. Later, as I was reinforcing the door with wooden boards, my daughter walked over. I told her to go to sleep, but my usually obedient daughter looked at me with confusion. My wife, who also heard the noise, came out and looked at me strangely too. I still didn't pay much attention, thinking mother and daughter were just shaken up by the werewolf, until I realized my scratched hand was becoming less and less controllable. My hearing also became abnormally sensitive. I could even hear spiders crawling on the walls. At that moment, I heard movement outside the door. The werewolf accidentally grabbed my foot. Seeing this, my wife picked up a hammer from the ground and smashed it down on the werewolf's arm. The werewolf, in pain, pulled his hand back. Only then was I able to break free. After that, I became extremely distressed. Everything around me looked pitch black to my eyes. Eventually, I passed out. When I woke up, I found that my hearing had become even more sensitive. I also discovered that the basement, which should have been pitch black, looked like daytime to my eyes. At that moment, my wife was using the radio to call for help, but there was no response at all. My wife turned around, saw me, and was saying something to me, but at that point, I couldn't understand what she was saying at all. My wife then helped me onto the bed to rest. I noticed my hair was starting to fall out. My wife was comforting me by my side, but I didn't understand a word she was saying, and my wife couldn't understand what I was saying either. My wife realized that my condition was very serious, and I needed immediate medical attention. Just then, she spotted my father's pickup truck not far away. She found the keys and battery, and brought me and our daughter to the car.